Yo, what up, guys? This is your boy T-Dub, T-Dub TV. Fair warning. I mean, a fair warning. This video will include tons of spoilers that I can recall. Is me reliving the fight. Okay, guys, I just watched the movie with my kid. And this movie, as usual, had me like this. A roller coaster ride. There were some parts that made me chuckle. Some that kept me focused, and a couple points that had me kind of like that lump in your throat, where you can't talk, you can feel it because of feelings, and I had that. Again, this is a fair warning that this live video will contain as many spoilers that I can think of. But guys, before I get into what I thought about the movie, let me make sure YouTube is running properly. And as I do that, please do me a favor and smash the like button. Sharing is also caring. Alright? Guys, I'm going to say this. Definitely a long movie. Yes. Is it worth it? Abso-freaking-lutely. I mean, it was a slow start. It was a slow start. Jumping, seeing where everybody's at, current conditions. But when they picked up, and what was decided that was needed to be done, it was amazing. But I'm gonna jump right into it, guys. All right, so the beginning, right? The beginning. Start out with Hawkeye and his family. Obviously it's a family bond, and maybe wherever the part of the world he was at, I don't know, some back ports of Oklahoma or Blue Hood of Missouri. I don't know, but the war must not have been evident to them. News didn't hit where they was at. And even if it did, could they have done something? Probably not, but most likely not teaching, his daughter how to shoot a bow. And out of nowhere, his family goes up in dust, right? And listen, man, he went into oh my gosh. I think I read about it before too. Once his family got wiped out, he became something more. He was in Japan just doing all type of work. But they showed his background. Of course, Iron Man and Nebula. Iron Man and Nebula, they was on the ship together. No fuel, stuck, right? Iron Man looking anorexic. I mean, they're about to die before a shooting star or once it revealed, Captain Marvel saves today. And I think we got just the right amount of doses of Captain Marvel in this movie. The impact in the beginning, the impact in the end. She was an impact, for sure. And we're going to get there. We're going to talk about it. But overall, let me give you my overall thoughts on this movie, then we'll go into it. We'll replay it. This is live. I just got back in with my kid. I just saw it. He's asking me, what happened to Hawk's arm? What happened to Hawk's arm? How to explain the snapping. So, overall, extremely satisfied with this movie. Extremely. I was hurt. I was sad. I'm not going to lie. I was hurt and sad when I watched this movie. Because of some events, some sacrifices that I will get to. I hope you saw it. I warned you about spoilers, and I haven't got that deep yet, but I'm going to spoil it like a kid or like spoiled milk. One of the two. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Let's get it. So we see Captain America. We see Iron Man. Even though they just fought a war, even though it's been 20-some days past, Iron Man has that same energy with Captain America. No love. Rips the, I can't what they call, off his chest, fangs fall out. And while he's out, and remember, this is only 20-some days. Everybody still looks normal, right? Everybody. Except for the introduction of Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, like, listen, I want to go after the Thanos. Let's get this glove and snap everybody back into existence. And one of the big things was Thor was taking this very hard. And you got to imagine, Thor had a kill shot. A kill shot. And the last thing Thanos told him was, you should have aimed for the head. So they go there, right? Listen, this has been nearly a month. Maybe a month by the time they got there. From snapping his finger, I guess it was just 2 days ago, because they felt he snapped it once to make them disappear, did it again to destroy the stones, I guess. He was hurt bad. His left hand or arm was jacked up. He didn't even have stones in his hands and a glove, and he still had it on. He was hurt. But they came through and wrecked shop. Captain Marvel came through there and put a beat down. Thor, they came through there and subdued him quick. And one thing that Thor didn't make the mistake on, he went for the head. So let's fast forward. 5 years, right? Remember, the beginning to me was kind of slow. It was kind of slow. You got to see what everybody's fighting for. You saw what Iron Man is fighting for, what Thor is fighting for, what he's got going through his head, everybody that's gone. We got to see, not Iron Man, but Captain America, what he's missing. And then you see Ant-Man come back, right? Good luck, bad luck that a rat was in the car at that time and brought him out. He has the idea, the original idea of time travel, the quantum realm. He had the idea, but not how to do it. Went to Iron Man, and I get it, guys. Iron Man had a family. Miss Moore, hello! Miss Moore, I'm telling you right now, Miss Moore, this contained major, and I mean major, and I mean on top of major spoilers. I just saw the movie. I am excited about it, and I'm like, I gotta talk to somebody. I have to talk. So, let's get back at it. Everybody's fighting for their own different causes, right? And somebody just played a very key role was Nebula. Nebula played a very key role. Because remember, she was on the good side. And I'm going to give you the whole plan, right? You already know it. If you haven't seen it, you know it. It was to go back in time, collect all the stones, come back to the present day, 5 years in the future, snap everybody back into existence in the present day time. Get it? 5 years past. Not go and relive the past, but snap everyone into the present day. That was the plan. Sounds good, right? Yeah, it does. Did it go as smooth? No, it didn't. We got to see Captain America versus Captain America. You know what I felt was kind of a little, to me, guys, a little bit of a letdown. I don't believe we got a chance to see the Hulk truly revenge himself. He merged with Banner, right? Him and Banner came to understanding to where the Hulk can have his physical look, but the Banner has his mind. So it's just like, hey, what's up? Banner's controlling the Hulk body. But it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. He didn't Hulk out. He didn't get his revenge. Now, did he do something heroic? Absolutely. He at the end, and we'll get to that. But I really wanted to see the rematch, guys. I wanted to see the rematch with Thanos and the Hulk. Am I alone with that? I hope not. I hope I'm not alone with that. But I really wanted to see the Hulk, the rematch, and it didn't happen. Every time I thought it was going to happen, and I know I'm skipping, guys, because I just watched the movie. At the end, it didn't happen. But let's go back. Let's go back. So, Iron Man, they all decided, listen, at one point in time, 3 of the stones were in New York, I believe. 3 of the stones. So it was Iron Man, Captain America, who else? Ant-Man. I think those 3 were sent to get at least 2 of the stones out of New York. Bruce Banner, the Hulk, was sent to get the Time Stone from the original person that had it before Doctor Strange. He ended up getting it. Iron Man kind of goofed it up. Good plan, kind of goofed it up. He lost it to you know what? And guys, that's something that's come to my mind. Even though they got another version of the Tesseract, Loki took a version of the Tesseract. Loki took a version of Tesseract. That has to come up some point in time again. So, all right. Loki took that. So let's fast forward. Everyone pretty much getting a stone, right? But here's the one that I'm going to tell you guys what really got me first. It was good and bad. When Hawkeye and, what's her name? Black Widow, they were sent to get the Soul Stone. And to be honest, they're the only ones that could have done it because they're the only ones that love each other. Somebody has to sacrifice to get that stone. The motto is a soul for a soul, right? So they get there. Red Skull is there, telling them to listen. One of you can get it. One of you are not going to walk away. And of course, Black Widow wants to sacrifice herself, make that plunge. Hawkeye wants to make that plunge. They're both like, I got to do it. And they don't want to sacrifice the other. So immediately, Hawkeye grabbed Black Widow. Some quick maneuver, threw her down, right? He said, tell my family I loved them. He tries to make a run for it. She shoots some kind of electric stuff in him, makes him fall. So she makes a run for it. He takes the arrow, shoots it in her leg, and then he makes a run for it. He jumps. So at this point, it was cool because I'm like, you know what? That's a really nice scene where they basically fighting to commit suicide, fighting the other to kill themselves. So Hawkeye looks at her like, yeah, I got you. He jumps. And then she takes something, I can't remember what it was, maybe one of his arrows, and shoots him, and then she jumps and he catches her, and they both hanging there, and then she's like, you gotta let me go, and she kind of pushes off, and she died. To me, that was a very, very sad part because they explained if you die from that plunge, you cannot be snapped back into existence. And that was very sad. Spoiler alert, Black Widow died. They showed the blood. She's dead. That was very sad. Nebula, I guess because she was created. Remember, guys, when they go back in time, it's not just they're the only version there. Their old version is there as well. And Nebula's old version was there, and it was kind of like sharing memories. And the old version shot out a memory of the new version thoughts, which tipped Thanos off. So Thanos, his job was made easy. They collected all the stones.
I need to use the bathroom.
Okay. They collected all the stones, did the dirty work, while he had to come on the end and just try to take it back. So let's get back to it. I forgot myself. I forgot where I was at. So Nebula, right? They kidnapped the old Nebula. Then the original old Nebula, I guess the new Nebula, 2019 version is kidnapped. The 2070 version took the identity of the other, which part of the plan. So let's fast forward. Let's get to the money part. Back into the present time. First of all, we gotta give credit to Tony Stark. Tony figured out a way to time travel. Tony figured out a way to recreate Ant-Man's suit for everyone. Tony's a smart goddamn individual. Smart. And I'm gonna say who I thought really had some really standout scenes. Iron Man, of course. Iron Man had some badass scenes. It's honestly, it's like the whole movie was kind of centered around him. To be honest, it's kind of started with him and kind of ended with him in a way. He had some badass scenes. Who else? Captain Marvel. She had her one-on-one scene with Thanos. Badass. I'm gonna tell you what a badass scene. Captain America. Guys, this is a big spoiler. Captain America, right? So Thor is getting his ass handed to him. And guys, I think about Thor is another funny part. When they went to go get Thor to make this mission, 5 years, you know most about Thor, right? This Thor was fat. This Thor had a beer belly. He had a gut, man. Like it was funny, very funny. But he was fighting Thanos, and I see right now, right? I was wondering why did he just lost my train of thought. Sorry, guys. Thor. Why did Thor go back in the past and take the hammer? Because he had a new X version in the future. But he took I see now why he had the regular hammer and the X version. At first, he was fighting Thanos with both of them. Thanos kind of knocked one out of his hand. He had one left. Thanos is taking his axe. You know what's crazy? Question, guys. Is Thanos worthy? Because when Thor was summoning his axe, Thanos grabbed it out of midair and was trying to chop Thor. And then he started pushing in his chest. And Thor, it looked like Thor was summoning for the other hammer. But it was Captain America. Captain America was like, he was worthy of the hammer. He was worthy. And he kicked some Thanos' ass. One of the physical, he's not one of the strongest physical Avengers. Heart-wise, yes. Determination, yes. Leader, yes. Physical, he's the first superhero. But man, when he had a hammer, he kicked some butt. And that was good, guys. Hulk sacrificed what my son asked me about. What happened to his arm? Hulk, he snapped his hand. And he was responsible for bringing everybody else back. The old Nebula was responsible for allowing Thanos to come through. So Thanos brings his whole army. And I mean a massive army. And I'm thinking, holy shit. What happened in New York in the first Avengers is about to happen again times 20. I mean, this time it has Thanos there with other badasses and other creatures that we haven't seen. But, one of my feel-good moments is when they were like, look over your shoulder, look behind you to your left, is when we saw like a Doctor Strange portal opening and Captain Black Panther walks through. The crowd, listen, guys, the theater went crazy. And then you saw like multiple ones. And then you saw a whole army for the good. A whole army for the bad. And a whole army for the good. Oh, yes. I was like, yes. Oh my gosh. And then they had something like, to me, it was like, have you guys played, almost like football, guys. Have you watched in football when one team is down and the winning team has the ball and they about to kick the ball to the losing team and they have that one kick return to score or lose and they keep taking the football and they tossing it back and they tossing it back, or maybe some type of rugby in a way. Hawkeye had the gauntlet at first. Everybody's trying to get the gauntlet, right? From Hawkeye. That has all 5 stones in it. He's running. Then Black Panther takes it from him. He's kicking butt. He's running. And then Spider-Man takes it from him. He's kicking butt. He goes into kill mode. Boop, 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 boop. He's running. And then he gets knocked down. He kind of beat up and bruised up a little bit. And Captain Marvel, she comes. And he looks and see the whole army coming. You sure you want this? She catches it. She's kicking butt, flying through it. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy, guys. I mean, it was so good. I gotta watch it again. It's so good. She has her one-on-one moment with Thanos. Thanos was doing some work with her. It looked like she was about to overpower Thanos. He tried to headbutt her, nothing happened. Then he took a stone out of the gauntlet and punched her into smithereens. And every time, listen to this guy, every time I saw a Avenger getting beat, every time I was hoping, secretly hoping that Banner, that the Hulk would come and fight Thanos. But I get it. I guess when you snap your fingers, it takes so much out of you that you just can't recover. Because when Thanos did it and they went to that planet where Thanos was from, or where he was at, maybe not from, he snapped it 2 days ago, and his arm looked like a strippered up, twisted roll or something, a drawed up sleeve that's been dried too long in the dryer. And when Hulk snapped, I believe it was his right hand, his whole arm and his neck and his side of his face was all scarred. Now here's the badass part. It looks like Thanos gonna win. Iron Man looks at Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange says, and then Hulk and Iron Man goes over there, and he's fighting. Right? He reaches for the glove himself. Thanos knocks him back in some kind of crazy way. Slight hand or some shit. He took the stones out of the gauntlet. Because Thanos snapped, but he had no stones. And he put the stones in his own little gauntlet. And you saw Iron Man start glowing, right? And he says, I am Iron Man. Pow! All the bad guys start turning to ash. He snapped all the bad guys out of existence. Thanos was the last to go. But remember, guys, if this snap damn near killed Thanos, at least crippled him, it crippled the Hulk. Iron Man is just a human. His technology and his mind was his greatest asset. That was his superhero, his mind. And he died. I believe the two deaths was Black Widow and Iron Man. Iron Man legit died. They had a funeral. That was really sad, man. And to see him there, not really responsive, and Pepper Potts trying to talk to him, and Spider-Man trying to talk to him, and Pepper Potts telling him, like, you're good, you're free. And he died. His light went out. Very sad. Another sad part. But it wasn't as sad, but it was more that this really is the end. Captain America, he had to take all the stones back in the past. So even though they used the stones, he had to take every stone back in the past and put it exactly where he got it. But he didn't come back to the future. He decided to stay back there and live because he was supposed to be back in the past. No matter how long it took him, in our time, it would only been 5 seconds. Where the Hulk couldn't bring him back. And then when they said, look over there, it was an old man sitting on the bench. Captain America actually lived. Instead of coming back to this time, someone like a young man, he decided to live. He gave his shield to Falcon. But one thing that I wonder what he did, he went back in the past with Thor's hammer. He did not bring that back. Where is that hammer? Guys, those were the biggest spoilers. I think we got maybe some future spinoffs, because Thor went with the Guardian of the Galaxies. He went with them guys. So I believe he's going to be with them. That's a spinoff. Falcon probably going to be the new Captain America. But overall, solid movie. I give it 2 thumbs up, 2 big toes up. It's your boy T-Dub. Thank you. I'm out.